Okay, we got some new seekers here. If any of the new seekers are ready, open arms. But please do not think that the MasterPath or I myself am trying to twist your arm. I would rather you get where you need to be, whether it's a church, whether it's Hinduism, whether it's atheism, whatever it may be, whatever your life experience is calling for. That's more important to me than trying to put on some sales job for the path. The path is such where it'll just touch your heart. You almost can't do anything about it. And if you're ready for the path and you somehow don't think you're ready, that's really fine. But in a month or two, or maybe a year, you will completely reverse your stance and you will be ready. And you won't even know how you couldn't have seen this at the very beginning. So if you're ready, you're going to be drawn to the path. If you're not, it's just not going to work. And I think that's a very important point. It makes it pure. It makes it pure. Another thing that hits me with new seekers is that my chelas have had a chance to study me and look at me and hear me and size me up. New seekers, they can look at you up on the stage and just say, God, who does this guy think he is? Why is he any different than me? Well, I'm not. That's the beauty of it. But the wrong perception of who I think I am. Geez, I tell you, you people are greater than I am. And that almost sounds disingenuous, but I really mean it. And I mean it in the sense that I'm here to serve you. I'm not here to lord over you or pull power plays or give you a good rap. No. I'm here to serve you. Okay. So for the new seekers, it's a type of thing where you got to investigate the works and you got to check out some of the principles. Let me just, the MasterPath deals with karma. Now, this is for all my chelas now. One of the principles is the law of karma. Now, why is the law of karma so beautiful? Because you're your own judge and jury and executioner. People hate to be lorded over or something done to them from another person. The courts, police, people with authority and power, they don't like it. I don't like it. The thing about karma is that no one can punish you but yourself. You can't blame me. You can't blame your parents. You can't blame the police officer. So karma is one of the principles on a true light and sound path. We have to deal with our karmas. They're really not that big a deal at all once you get a hold of the truth, because you can rise above karma. You don't sit there and pay it off and fight it and get out your tool bucket and try and loosen nuts or tighten them or this. No. Get above it. Rise above it in consciousness. That's the trick. Okay, another principle is reincarnation, as I implied on this wheel 84. In this light, birth and death are beautiful. There would be no evolution if there wasn't birth, and there'd be no evolution if there wasn't death. Death is a wonderful thing because it just eliminates everything that we've experienced. Look how hard it is to sit down and contemplate your own life. And there's a lot of disruption, thoughts and feelings, engrams, certain aberrations and images that can pop up and invade the recesses of our subjective consciousness. And they can be very unsettling. Things we've done, things we've gone through, the heartaches, the pain that we've caused people, that has been given to us as well, death eliminates that. And now as you look back on your past lives, you say, well, Gary, what was I in my past life? Well, a shade's been pulled, and that's really good, because if you remembered everything that it took to get to this spot right now, it wouldn't really be that pleasant. It's a lot of pain and heartache. And so that's a real beautiful thing. So reincarnation is a principle. Okay. Another principle is the soul is the true self, not the ego and mind. This is hit very, very hard. My cheelers are still trying to understand it. On the occult paths and religions and philosophies and metaphysical endeavors, usually they deal with the physical body. Some deal with the astral consciousness. The majority deal with the mental consciousness, and this is as high as it goes. People don't even know who they are. They say, I'm John or Sally, I'm Caucasian or whatever I am. That's identifying with the physical body. One's way more than the physical body. On the MasterPath, this is our goal right here, self-realization. And we have to journey through these bodies in order to get here. And this is why it's called a journey of soul. It's very, very extensive. It's very involved. You don't want to do it alone. Most people try because they love their ego so much. And they usually run into trouble. But the differentiating truth about MasterPath is it deals with the soul in contradistinction to any other identity. That's something that we have to remember, or I would sure like you to. On the MasterPath, a guide is necessary. Call the Sant Guru. There's one God. That throws a lot of people. Is there one God or many? And, oh no, there's just one God right here. But the universe is so big. All of these are levels of heaven. See? And so there's a ruler on each plane, the Lord of each plane that regulates and governs all the energies and principles. But these aren't the supreme God. They're subordinates. But there's one God. So to get on the spiritual path, it's very, very spiritual, but it's just not religious. Okay? It's an individual approach. This is probably one of the best points that this teaching can give one. It's not a collective approach, it's an individual approach back to God. We're never, dear ones, we're never going to heaven as one collective group. We have to go through our own body individually. Salvation, liberation, they're all individual affairs. That means then that you can go at your own pace or not at all. But this is truly a beautiful principle in the Light and Sound teachings, that it's an individual and not a collective approach. Okay. I'm sure happy to be out of the church I was in as a young man. The path is organizationalist, creedless, raceless, ageless, genderless. It just deals with the soul. That's it. Okay. The endeavor can take 1 or 2 lifetimes, depending on the intensity of your devotion. Most people don't like that idea as soon as you tack on another life, because the mind, I want it right now. I don't want to wait. I don't care what I did, the mind says, through all my past lives. I don't care. I want truth right now. Well, it just doesn't work that way. And we have to work out our salvation and our liberation. This is what's so important. Okay. A seeker's looking for that truth that will encapsulate everything. They want to know they're not being buffooned or tricked, fooled in any way, but they want the truth that will encapsulate everything. Their past, whether it's been good or bad, their present. A path isn't worth anything if it can't bring you joy and bliss and love right now. What would be the point? And the new seeker wants his future taken care of. What about my future when I die? Am I going to hell or heaven or what's going on? You want a path that encapsulates everything in your life, not just one aspect. And the MasterPath offers you this. Here's my recommendations just real quickly. Investigate the path before you embrace it. A deep yearning and clarion call must be present. All other endeavors must be left behind. If you want to be in Reiki or adjustments or whatever, the psychic arts, feel free, but you can't be on the MasterPath. That separates the energies from our subtle and finer bodies, and it just neutralizes any effort you make at trying to center your consciousness and rise up. When you're trying to rise up through the body here and you collect yourself here at the third eye, if you're in this process, sending your energies out to other people or trying to heal them or take on their karma, well, this just completely scatters your concentration and you just can't make it up there. So other endeavors have to be left behind. And you must fulfill all your earthly duties and responsibilities. Now, I'm talking to my chelas as well. You can't run to the cave. You can't run to the mountains. No, you're going to have to mow your lawn. You're going to have to paint your house. You're going to have to clean your house. All the little details and duties that every human being has. There's no escapism. I want my chelas to be model citizens. Believe it or not, I even want you to pay your taxes. I'm dead serious. All the government wants is your money. That's all they want. If you give them your money, they'll never hassle you. No, I'm serious. You have no problem. Just pay your bill and you're free. It's when you decide not to do it that it gets their attention, you see. So you have to be the consummate citizen. The same way with husband and wife and father and mother. You see, can't get out of anything. I want you to take these things on and just show yourself in your own life that none of these lower states of consciousness have the power to affect what you want to do. You're the controller. You're the ruler. It's time to clean the house. Well, I don't want to clean the house. Too bad. You're talking to yourself. Well, that's too bad, you selfish little bum. Get up, get the desk cloth, or whatever, and you're talking to yourself. You just say, no, that's not going to fly. Not going to fly in my own world. Because I know if I don't clean the house, and it's just going to get dirtier, or when the company's coming over, then I'm really in trouble. We're responsible, okay? So if you're thinking that you can escape some of the stuff, I want to tell the new seekers and my chelas, it can't be done. Okay? No escapism through drugs or drink. No, we can't. No, that's not going to work. Now, I don't mind if you have a drink, if you have it under control. There's nothing wrong with that. But alcoholism, drug addiction, no. Hard drugs, no. I'm sorry. No proselytation. I prefer that you don't go to churches and synagogues, ashrams. Why do you say that, Gary? Because right here is the true church, right here. This is where I want people in church every day. This is what I call the true temple. That's where we go to church. Okay, those are some of the points. If you're sincere and keen about true spirituality, I must say that the MasterPath is very much worth your time to search it out. But I have to be honest with you. It's a real path, okay? It's a real path.